must applaud the team. Well done. It's been an incredible journey so far. I've been following it from the beginning. So well done to the team. Well done to Andrew, and well done to the entire team. Today I'll be talking about how to bet and conceive a project, right? And for me, this is something really interesting because I wouldn't want to be shouting. I wouldn't want to, you know, I would want to be very relaxed because for me, this reminds me of when I was still, when I was still very, very, very looking small. Now I look a bit matured, and somehow people still say I still look like a kid, but I still look a bit mature. I right now I look a bit matured, but the subject and the audience is interesting for me because I remember when I was while in the university, I didn't have opportunities like this where people could come speak to me, virtually. Then people could come to school, but to have an opportunity like this where we could have some amazing people that have been able to have some certain level of results in their own lives, come to talk to us about how to improve our own lives, how to change our own lives, how to take our games to the next level is something that we should applaud. They go a bit further for because it's amazing, and I'm super excited to be part of something like this, a project like this, an initiative like this. And I'm hoping that during this session, we would have something that our audience would be learning. So we have some lessons that people can take away from. So now, so some of you will be asking yourself this question: why exactly should I listen to this young man, Joseph Etim? I'm sure you've heard my profile, and you know, thank you so much, Mercy, again for reading that kind of profile. I can't even imagine that this is me talking here, but it's been an amazing journey so far. It's been such a journey, and I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to the process. I'm grateful for all the things we've learned. I'm grateful for the project we've been able to drive, the impact, the successes we've been able to record, and I'm grateful because of the team I've been able to work with over the years, the travels and all the opportunities I've been able to gather, and I'm hoping that during this session I'll be able to share things that people can really relate to it, that would be able to take your own idea from just having it as an inspiration to where you can execute and have you know the result that you are seeking. But before I go straight to my session, I would like to tell you guys that one opportunity can change your life, right? One session you decide to pay attention to, a conference you decide to attend, somebody you decide to listen to, one information can be the magic, right? So don't just take this as you're watching Joseph from Abuja, you're watching him live, and this is not somebody you're seeing. Some people will say, "Oh, all this online time, I'm not really interested." You need to get rid of the mindset that this is just a conference. Take it that the prayer you've been making, probably this is the answer you've been waiting for, right? So my topic is how to conceive and bet a project. And again, my name is Joseph Etim. I'm super excited. So one of the first things for us when we started YPC, I think I'll be sharing my own story, and I'm hoping that we would get to learn. I remember when we started YPC in 2017, and the funny thing is, I don't think I get to share this often. The funny thing is, it was in a meeting like this. I remember when in 2017, I think December, there was an event I went for in Uyo City. There's an event like that. Steve Harris was there, Ferrad Rote was there, and some really incredible speakers were there. And while they were yet speaking, I told myself, wow, I can actually do this too. I can start up something amazing. And I started writing on my diary. It really occurred to me that it was something that was going to be very big. It was just an idea, right? So the first thing I would like to talk to us about tonight, about idea, about betting and conceiving a project. Number one, you have to be exposed to an environment where you can learn, right? We have to be exposed to an environment where you can learn, because if you're not exposed to an environment where you can learn, there are a lot of ideas that would be passing you and you'll not be able to grasp any of them. Why? You are not exposed to an environment that can condition your mind, that can expose you to what is possible, right? A lot of people that get to bet ideas, while I was in school, I got to see friends that at a very pretty age, they were traveling around the world. Now, the reason was because they learned some things very early, early in their lives, right? So the opportunities they now had access to, the things they now had access to do was because of the quality of information they had access to, right? So it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter what you're currently studying, it doesn't matter what you're currently doing. If you are able to expose yourself to an environment where you can permit your mind to see, right, then it will be possible for you to be the best, to be the next big thing in town, right? So one of the things we need to ask ourselves, number one, is who do I want to be, right? If it was a physical meeting, I would say, I hope we're learning, I can have that physical interaction. But the first thing you must ask yourself is, who do I want to be? What do I want to be known for? What impact do I want to make with my life, with my legacy? What do I want to contribute to the world, right? Because if you're a person that doesn't have interest in trying to contribute, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have somebody you want to become, then it will be very difficult for you to be an impact leader or a solution driver, right? So you must ask yourself, who exactly do I want to be? There is Joseph. There are a lot of amazing people that are doing amazing things, right? Do I want to become like Joseph? Do I want to become like this person that is running an NGO? Do I want to become like this person that is the richest man in the world? Do I want to become an influencer? Do I want to become this person that is making so much money? Do I want to become this person that is doing this? Do I want to become somebody that will just be settled in a 9 to 5? Who exactly do I want to be? Right? So when you're able to answer that question, which is leading to your next step of self awareness, then it will be easier for you to ask, what exactly can I do to empower others? Because the idea is not just for you to be able to conceive and bet a project, right? But a lot of people get to bet project and ideas, but they are not happy doing what they're doing. You know, Passion can only take you a distance, right? You must be clear about what you want to do, who you want to be, because it is that clarity that will fuel your distance. It is that clarity that will fuel your journey. Because at some point in your life, you'll be discouraged. You get to a point where the money you're looking for, the opportunities you're looking for, the network of people you're looking for will not be there. What will keep you going is the clarity of who you wanted to become, the clarity of the problem you wanted to solve, the clarity of exactly what you want to achieve, what you're doing, right? So ask yourself this question: who exactly do I want to be? Right? Who exactly do I want to be? Then the next thing you must ask yourself is, the idea I have in my head, is it globally relevant? Is it globally relevant? So if this is, I'm sure this is, we can see comments. So if you've heard of the word before, the acronym before SDG, can you leave it in the comments so that I could see? Okay, I can see comment. If you've heard of the word, the acronym before SDG, please hit the comment. Let me know if you can. If you can hear me clearly, I'm sure you can hear me. So if you've heard of the word SDG, just leave a comment. I've heard of the word. I've heard. Good evening, Sir Joseph. Hello, Stephanie Williams. Hi, good evening. So if you can hear what I'm saying, if you heard of the word SDG, SDG, just type SDG, by the way. Just type SDG. Hi, Gideon Miracle. Hi, Gideon Miracle. SDG, if you've heard of, just write SDG, have heard of the word. Awesome, 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 awesome. So, whatever idea you have in your head, one of the things you must ask yourself is this globally relevant? Is this globally relevant? Because a lot of people, we start pursuing ideas, we start conceiving ideas that are not globally relevant. And then the truth is, if your idea is not globally relevant, it can be globally rewarded. Does that make sense? If your idea is not globally relevant, it can't be globally rewarded. So we get to do a lot of things, a lot. We spend so much money, we build team, we do a lot of crazy things, but we are not globally recognized. Why? Because our idea is not globally relevant. We have, I think we have, is it 14 or 13 global sustainable development goals, right? The question now is, where does your own idea fit in? Then when I'll talk about how you can bet the idea, where does your idea fit in? Which of the goals is currently addressing the problem you're trying to solve? Which of the goals is trying to solve or address the problem you're trying to solve? Because if you don't pay attention to that, you'll be busy investing so much and nobody is paying attention to what you are doing, right? So to the first step to bet a project, an idea, Number one, I said you must be in an environment where you can see that what you want to do is possible. An environment where you can be exposed to the possibilities of life, right? You must be in an environment where you are exposed to what is achievable, right? There are places, okay, Stephanie says 17 energy, correct? So you can be in an environment where people are doing things in a small way. Does that make sense? You want to do things in a small way because you are in an environment where those that are trying to do things that are just doing it small, small, small. But if you're in an environment where you have somebody like Joseph, like some people that think big, they can never think small. They don't have they don't have a place for mediocrity in their space, right? So you be asking yourself, okay, wow, this is the kind of stuff that these guys are doing. You are being inspired, you're learning so fast. Why? You're in an environment where the people that you admire, the things they're doing it big. But they start small, but they're doing it big. So the first step to betting a project is called inspiration. Someone should let me to type in the comment inspiration. I'm sure I'm talking to students, so forgive me if I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm too fast. Let me know if I'm too fast. So the first step to betting any project is inspiration. Everything I've been saying now is I'm talking about inspiration, right? Inspiration. Inspiration is that spark, that excitement, you know, that 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 image you see, that picture, that vision you just it's like a whisper, inspiration. And sometimes it's more like when you are listening to Joseph like this, when you are in a meeting, when you're in a church, when you're in a toilet, when you're in a classroom, wherever, when you are going somewhere, you're in a conference, it could be anywhere. It's called inspiration. 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 Now, the problem with a lot of people is that they don't pay attention to what the spark they experience in their life. They don't pay attention to that. So, because you think it was just a picture you saw, it was just an event that, in a twinkle of an eye just flashed. You don't pay attention to, you don't understand that that was an idea that would have changed your life. Facebook was a spark. I feel like I can connect people. Twitter was a spark. Oh my God, I just imagine that something can just trend. People can just know what is trending. A spark. A spark. But because it was a spark, you took it for granted. A spark. A spark. So ask yourself, what is that spark that has happened to you that you did not pay attention to? Sometimes you just have a dream and you woke up, you could not remember. Then sometime, at some point, you could remember, but you were not able to write it down. Then one day you discover that there was a particular, let's say if you're a fashion designer, for instance, if you're a tailor, you're a designer, whatever, you discover that there was a design concept you saw. Then one day you see that somebody has done that design, somebody has made that dress, somebody has made that TikTok software, whatever, because you were not able to take the steps I'll be sharing tonight. So the first step, guys, is a spark, inspiration. So what has been that spark for you? What has been that spark for you? Don't just say because I'm a student, it's too big. No, no, it's a spark. It's a spark. See, dreams. The beautiful thing about dreams and sparks is it's free. You're not paying a dime. You're not paying. You just see yourself. There's this car I've seen. Oh my God, I want to get that car. Don't be scared. It's a spark. You don't need to have the money now. You don't need to have the money to fund your project now. It's a spark. The next thing you want to do is what? You write it down. You write it down. And when you're writing it down, it doesn't have to be organized. It doesn't have to be organized. Why? It's a spark. It's a spark. It's a spark. It is what? An inspiration. What has inspired you today? Oh my God, I love the way they are singing, but it can be better. A spark. A spark. Yeah, George Miracle. Yes, dreams are free. You don't pay a dime to dream big, man. You don't pay a kobo to dream big. I want to be the richest man in Africa. It's free. Nobody's charging you for thinking that big. Elon Musk will say, okay, I want to be the richest man. It's free. It's free. It's free. How much are you paying to dream? Nothing. I want to be, back in the day, we say, I want to become a medical doctor. I want to become an engineer. Right now, people will say, I want to become an influencer. I want to become this and that. It's free. It's back. It's back. So you must permit yourself to dream. You must permit yourself to see. You must permit yourself to see what is possible for you too. Because you too can shine. Because you too can be the next big thing. Stop ignoring your spark. You think that it's just a spark, then the next thing you discover that, hey, I wanted to do something, I wanted to have a virtual campus store. Now this guy is doing it, this person is doing it, this person and they're doing it big. And you think that you are the only person that see, sometimes when you see that spark, it did not just come to you. Who will be rewarded for an inspiration? It is the person that sees it, writes it down, and execute and follows the next step I'll be sharing tonight. I bet you virtual campus store was not Andrew's idea first, but Andrew was the first person to probably implement this idea because over 1 million people or more than that also had that spark. But they'll just say, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. I don't have time for all this kind of stuff. A spark. So how many times have you had inspiration? How many times have you had inspiration? How many times have you had inspiration? How many times have you seen that spark? How many times have you had a dream but you ignored? You're leaving something on the table, right? So the next thing after inspiration is called conceptualization. Conceptualization. This is a phase where you ponder, you meditate on your inspiration, the inspiration you had, you think on it, you meditate on it, you ask questions. What does this mean? Why was it me? Why did it come to me? You ask questions. This is a phase where you try to, because you've written down, you try to brainstorm. What is the best way I can put this idea together? What's the best way? Because an idea can come to you in a gaseous form. It can just evaporate. If you don't grasp it, you just disappear because it's in a gaseous form. It can be liquid, it can be solid. So in the first stage of it being a gas, have you been able to catch it? If not, it will what? Vapor, it will disappear. To disappear. Right? So the next step is a conceptualization. How do you make an inspiration become a concept? How do you make an inspiration become a concept? You must sit with yourself, right? You must write down, right? You must brainstorm, right? You must draw, you must sketch, you must put paper down, put pen, like write something down and ask yourself, oh my God, what exactly does this mean? What can I do with this? Who can I talk to? Conceptualization. What can I make this idea into? Don't worry about a thing. No, that song. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Now, maybe that song came to somebody else like a whisper, but they threw it away. Then Bob Marley cut it. He wrote it down. He did what? He wrote it down. He brainstormed. Don't worry. Then he now tweaked the tune. Then he sang the song. Then everybody loved it. Maybe the song in your head disappeared because you didn't write it down. It's possible. The business in your head disappeared because what? You didn't write it down. Until you write down, you may never know the next step to take. Until you write down, you may never know the next step to take. It is when you write down, you now know, oh my God, This thing is a business. This idea is a business. This inspiration is a business. When you write down, you understand, okay, wow, this idea, this inspiration is an NGO, right? It is when you write down, you now know, oh my God, this is a billion, this is a startup, this is a fintech. It is when you write down, you understand, oh my God, this is a software I need to build. It is when you write down, you now know, oh my God, this is a conference I have to host. This is a project I must execute in writing down. So my question tonight is, what have you written down? Let me see. Let me see you guys in the comment. Ask yourself this question. Write it. What have I written down? Until you write down, you may never know the next step to take. Sadly, it is when you write down, you don't know. Kai! Oh my God! No, 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 no! This word's supposed to be here. This is supposed to be here. Oh my God! I need to have a mission statement for this. I need to write a vision for this. I need to put this together. When we had Connect conference, guys, it came as just an idea. I was not even sure that the name was going to be Young People Connect. In fact, it was when I spoke to a friend and I said, I want to connect people to opportunities. I want to connect young people to skills. I want to connect them to men. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then they said, what if we call it Connect Conference? Because I wrote down during conceptualization, I was able to brainstorm and talk to somebody that was able to suggest. That's why I said, until you write down, you may never know your next step. I wrote my ideas down. It was scattered. I didn't even know what I was writing. It is when you write, oh my God, let me write this kind of thing. Oh my God, wow. So this is what I wrote. Doesn't really make sense, but you leave it there. The next time when you come to read again, it will start making sense to you. Before you know, you start proofreading, you start editing, you start rewriting. You start rewriting. Before you know, you want to talk to a mentor, you want to talk to somebody. Sir, this idea came, but I don't really understand what it means. Do not say, oh my God, let's hear it. You not talk it to somebody. A friend may now laugh at you. Somebody else may not. Oh my God, this thing, this is what it means. But because you've been able to share it after writing down, you can now have suggestions. Why? You've been able to write down. You've been able to brainstorm. Suggestions and the next step of your journey would only come after you've written down. Conceptualization. Because of time, number 3, research. How to conceive and bet a project. Research. You must learn to research. I wrote this thing down. Who has done this before? Who are the 10, 20 most successful people in Nigeria doing this? Who are the 10 most successful people doing this in Africa? In the global space, who are the 10 most successful people that have done this? Who are the people that have failed in trying to do this? What were their challenges? What lessons can I pick? Right? It is in doing your research. What is the best way to implement this? What is the best way to implement this? Research is a process you try to get the necessary ingredient, the information that can push your idea to the next level. Research is the phase that you acquire the information that will push your idea towards the next level. Research is you trying to understand the feasibility. Because sometimes you can have a concept that is not possible in Nigeria. It's not possible in Africa. It can work in Dubai, it can work in the United States, United Kingdom, it can work in any country, but not in your current environment. Research. There's a particular fruit that it's not every fruit that can grow everywhere. You have yam. Yam cannot grow everywhere. So research is asking yourself, where can this yam? My idea is a yam seed, is a yam idea. Where can yam grow in Nigeria? Research. Where can your idea survive? It's not everywhere your idea can survive. It's not everywhere your idea can survive. It's not everywhere. You must do your research. Where has this been done? Where can this be tried? Where can this be tested? Research will help you understand the feasibility. Research will help you understand the possibility. Research will help you understand the context. Research will help you understand the challenges. Research will help you understand the team you need. Research will help you understand the money, the funds you need. Research will help you understand the partners you need. Research will help you understand your audience. Who are your audience? Who can this thing profit? Who can this thing benefit? Research. Research will help you understand. I love what Bella is saying here. Research will help you understand how your idea can thrive. Where can your idea thrive? Research. Young people, we must learn how to what? Research. Research will help you understand the work required. I'm a student. I need to do this. Research will help you understand how to balance your work, how to balance your time, how to balance whatever you're doing. Research will help you understand the cost, the price to pay. Sometimes we just have an idea from spark, we want to implement. No, it will hook here. You become a t-shirt company. In a t-shirt company, a company that just start up with, and they just come, the next thing they go and print t-shirts. They're everywhere. Before you know, they fizzle out. Why? There was no research. Your next step after idea, after inspiration, is not to go and print t-shirts. Nope. Your research. Your research. What are these challenges that can happen? What roadblock can I encounter? What policy are against this? Research is knowing that, okay, what policies are for this and against this? Because you are doing what? A global project. Who is currently offering funding for this? Some of you you've been doing project with your money. Meanwhile, there are funding opportunities and there's so much money there where you can receive funding from to execute your idea. But because you've not done your research, you'll be using your money, using your money, using your money, using your money. What travel opportunity are available? What knowledge-based platforms are available where I can learn? Research. Research. Are we learning tonight? Let me know in the comment if we're learning. If not, I will not continue. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Let me know. Just type in the comment. I'm learning. 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 My next point, number 4. Let me know if you're learning. My time is. I think my time is even up. I was given 30 minutes. So please, Mercy, let me know when my time is up in the private chat so I can, know how to make progress and know how to take questions. So prepare your questions. So prepare your questions. Are we learning? Let me know in the comment if you're learning. Let me know in the comment if we're learning. Are you learning? Let me know in the comment if you're learning. Do your findings so your idea won't fizzle out on implementation. Awesome. Let me know if you're learning. Are we learning? 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 Should I make progress? If I don't say a comment that we're learning, I will not make progress. So I just take it that we've learned so much and you can't even take more. Bella is saying I'm learning. Awesome. Awesome. So because of Bella, I'll continue. The next step is planning. Now this is where a lot of people miss it. This is where a lot of people miss it. You just have the inspiration, you want to launch. It doesn't work like that. You must be able to plan. You must be able to plan. You must be able to plan. And when you plan with your blueprint, with what you've written down during your research. Does that make sense? You Planning is when you try to start planning how to execute. It is not the execution phase. It is when you start planning how to execute. It's when you start planning what are the goals I need to set, what strategy do I need to deploy. So you can call it that. Planning phase is what? Your strategy phase. Your planning phase is what? Your strategy phase. A lot of people miss it and fail because they don't get to plan. That you have a beautiful idea doesn't mean you should launch. Plan. When is the right time to execute, for crying out loud? When is the right time? Where should I execute this? Where can this work? Where see there are places you execute something to just fail. It will just fail. 1 month. You can't just plant rice in any season. There is a season for rice. The raining season, that's when rice can grow. Some of you have been seeing corn and all those stuff because there's a season for every seed. There's a season. There is a season. You can't just decide to plant a seed because it's a seed. No. When can this seed grow? Where can this seed grow? Because it is rainy season doesn't mean you can go and plant rice in some other areas. There is a particular area where rice can grow, where beans can grow, where yam can grow, where potato can grow. Does that make sense? You want a flower, there's a particular quantity of sand, whatever that kind of flower requires for it to stay alive. So because it is beans, you could pour you just kill it. Why? You don't understand the environment that is required for that particular seed to grow. Right? So you must learn to plan. You must learn to think of a strategy. What strategy do I need to deploy for this to work? What strategy? What team? It is in that planning phase you now ask yourself, okay, what kind of team members do I need? Some of you are planning something, you're gonna pack all your friends and put. You pack your friends. Meanwhile, the vision, your mission does not align with the people you are bringing in. Your planning is a phase where you are without emotion. You're asking clear questions. Who do I need? Who do I need? Who do I need? Your planning phase, you are asking questions. Who do I need? Right? So finally, okay, I'll start taking questions in the next couple of minutes. Finally, the next thing you must try to do when trying to conceive your idea is your development. Your development. This is where you start trying to design how you want your idea to look like. One of the things we started when we had YPC, one of the questions we started asking ourselves was, which organization is currently doing what we want to do? How can we model after them? What prototype do we need? Who is currently at the forefront of the things we want to do? It was when we understood that we started knowing, okay, this is what they are doing right, this is what they are doing wrong, this is how we need to model, this is what we need to do, these are the things we need to put in place. Because if you don't develop your idea with a prototype, you will not even understand that these guys they already experienced some challenges and you will now go and hit. Why do you need to experience failure, a challenge that another person have already enjoyed or encounter? Who has already done this before? Who has succeeded at this before? Who do I need to learn from? That's where mentorship comes in, right? That's where volunteering comes in, right? So when you come to a point where you've had the inspiration, you've researched, you've developed it, you've planned, you have a strategy, the next thing is, where can I learn how this works? Where can I learn how this thing works? Where can I learn how this thing works? Right? Because it is in you trying to learn how it works when you're trying to volunteer that you now understand, oh my God, Mercy. So if I tried this, I would have failed. But it is when you now choose to volunteer. Now, a lot of people don't understand how this. You want to start a company. Have you worked for a company before? You want to start a project. Have you volunteered for a project before? I want to write a song. Have you volunteered for a studio before? Have you volunteered for a songwriter, for an artist before? Have you? So you want to fail and you want the world to laugh at your failure. Who have you learned from? I'm a product of mentorship, guys. I'm a product because I've been able to learn from people that are doing it big. So when you see why PC is succeeding, the people have been fooling, people have been learning from, they've been doing their own stuff big. I have learned from these people over the years. Who should you learn from? Who should you pay attention to? Who is currently doing magic at your destination? Like mentorship is following somebody that's already at a preferred destination, right? So I hope that this makes sense and we're learning because if you're trying to bet a project, somebody has done it before, right? So who exactly are you learning from? Who exactly are you learning from? You want to host a conference? Have you paid for a conference before? You want to host a conference of 100,000 per participant? Have you paid somebody to? Have you paid for a conference of 100,000 before to attend? You want to host a conference that is a million naira? Have you paid a million naira before to attend? You want to write a book? Have you paid to read somebody's book before? Or you want to become like a fraudster, reaping from where you know so? Right. So at this point, I would like to take questions, and I'm hoping that we learn so much. I honor my time, so I hope this was fantastic. So hi, Mercy. I would like to take questions now and get your feedback, and we can make progress from there. So thank you, guys. I have so much to say, but because of time, I can't really,
All right, this was you've said a lot. Thank you so much, sir. This was amazing.
thank you, Mercy.
This was delivering above our expectations. All right, so guys, I know your questions are ready. Just begin dropping your questions using the comment section. Kindly type your questions in the comment section so our guest speaker could attend to them and you have access to more clarity.
Okay, I'm seeing a question here from Bella. Where can I get necessary experience? Is it a question or like is it a rhetoric question of what I said, or is it
I
actually an
think
actual question?
I think she was I think she was re-emphasizing some of the points that you made because you did
Awesome.
give actual points. You talked about inspiration, talked about the need for conceptualization, the need of our ideas or of your
Yeah.
idea. All of that is aimed at conceiving and birthing a project.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm still waiting for your questions. Begin to storm the
There's no
comment
question.
section. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. All
There's
right, so while we're waiting for questions, while we're waiting for the
fine.
questions, I do have one.
Awesome.
I do have one question. It's actually two in one when you think of it. Now the thing
Yeah.
is, during this preparatory phase, while you are trying to nurture the spark, like how do you preserve the vision long enough such that you don't lose it? Because the thing with energy is that it is volatile. So at the time the inspiration comes, you may be feeling all energized and wanting to go at it at that instant. But with time, like you may need to spend a lot of time planning. And then how do you preserve the vision long enough till its final execution? Can you hear me, sir?
I can. I can. How do you preserve your vision till it's time? Okay, I love that question. Thank you so much, Mercy, for that question. Like
Final execution.
you yeah. So you have this spark. Beautiful question. Thank you so much for asking. You have a spark. You've been able to write it down. You've been able to conceptualize. Um, you've been able to plan, maybe, right? And now you want to preserve it till when you want to execute. One of the things I try to suggest is number one, um, where can I start from? So the idea you have, where can I start from? Let's say you had a spark of a music of a particular song and you've written down, right? What if I join the choir to really learn how to sing, right? What if I join a music group to really learn how music works? Because the song in your head, when you sing it prematurely, you can ruin that opportunity of that song. If you go to the studio and record that song, you can ruin that song.
Mm.
So ask yourself, how do I prepare myself? How do I prepare my voice to sound like this song I want to sing? What do I need to be doing? You need to, this thing we hear, start from where you are, right? You need to understand where exactly will I go to that will give me the capacity to handle the magnitude of this idea. Because the truth is, it's just a spark. You don't understand how big it can turn out to be,
Mm.
right? That is why we have room for mentorship, right? Who can you talk to? And when you have this idea, hello sir, hello ma, I just had this spark. I don't understand what it means. Your mentor will now say, I understand what this means. Have you tried to read this book? Try to attend this, try to watch this, because they are trying to provide you with the necessary ingredients that will take that idea to the next level. Imagine in your head you just had a spark. I want to eat rice. That's the idea. The spark. I want to eat rice. But what you have is indomie, spaghetti, or whatever, right? But it is your ability to say, what do I have now that can take me to a place where I can succeed to eat rice? Talk to your friend, Omo, I want to eat rice now, but it's only salt I have, it's only Maggi I have. You don't say, wow, me I have, if you have salt, me I have this, I have that. Before you know, when you start talking to people, you discover that there's somebody that has that rice that you were looking for. Somebody that has that gas, before you know, you put it together and you prepare, and what at the end you eat rice. Now, it may take 2 days, it may take a week, right? So you must be able to talk to people. You must have a cycle of people. Now, people are afraid of sharing their idea, but you must have people that you trust. Oh my God, I just had this idea. I want to start taking care of street kids. I just have a vision where I can take care of street kids. I can. There are people you can talk to. They can now. Oh my, okay, yeah. There is somebody doing something like this. Have you reached out to Andrew? Have you reached out to Messi? Messi is actually, I know Messi for over 3 years now. She has been doing something like that. So I think just follow her on Instagram. Just follow her on Instagram. Check what she has been doing. That is you starting. That is you starting. Because if you follow Messi, for instance, there are certain things that Messi will be sharing on our platform that you will now be learning. You'll be learning. So where are you currently incubating yourself? Preparing yourself so that when you launch, you don't get the tendency of you failing is slim. But if you quickly jump on trying to execute, your failure will shock you. But a lot of people, some young people like failing before they learn. No. Joseph has failed, Andrew has failed, Messi has failed. Why do I need to fail again when these guys have failed? Learn from their experiences. It's in a conference like this where you get to understand that, oh my God, so Joseph went through all this. You've learned from that, so you can never go through that particular route anymore. So you go to a meeting where they say, when you have an idea, write the name down, register a business with it. Because you've been in that meeting, when that idea comes, you have a name, what do you register? Because a time will come in your life where the name that you have, you want to register, it is already taken. So simple, little step like registering the name, talking to a friend, talking to a mentor, reading a book, seeing, paying for a course, paying for a course, paying for a course. You want to launch a project. Have you been able to learn how project management works? You need to pay for things. You need to pay for knowledge. You need to pay for knowledge. I want to start creating YouTube. I want to launch a YouTube channel. It's an idea, it's a spark. There are things you need to learn, Mercy, right? There are classes you need to start learning. Okay, because I want to run at this speed, I want to start learning how to edit. I need to start understanding how this. Hello, everybody. My name is Joseph. Welcome to my YouTube channel. How does this thing work? I need to learn how consistency works. I need to learn lighting. Like right now, I'm in front of a light. I need to learn how it works. I need to learn. Oh my god, I need a background. Oh my god, I need a camera. I need a microphone. Because sometimes you may be doing. You can just start and nobody's paying attention to you. Why? Because you don't understand the necessary ingredient that can push you to the next level. So you must ask, what do I need to stay to be at this learning phase. What exactly do I need? Who do I need to be connected to? I want to launch this project. Are you following Joseph? I'm seeing my follower speaker. I am Joseph Etim. Are you following Joseph on Instagram? Are you following Joseph on Facebook? Are you following Mercy? Are you following Andrew? Are you going? Are you following Go a bit? Are you following these people? Or you're just wishing in your head, I want to be the next big thing. Meanwhile, the big guys, the big shot, those that are doing it big, you are not giving them attention. So you must ask yourself, what can I learn? Who can I learn from? Because that could really help.